Hey guys, welcome back today for another great video. Today we're going to be teaching you how to repair an iPod Touch 6 screen replacement and a battery as well. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to jump in real quick to this iPod Touch 6. We're going to get started at 280 at 35 airspeed. As you guys can see, the glass is broken. We're going to start with the bottom. Say pry the sides out. There is clips that hold that screen together. Gently lift it up. Ensure you don't flip that screen all the way up. It is holding that front camera in place. We're going to start by removing all the screws. There's a lot of screws here. They're all the same size. Keep those together. We'll fast forward this just a little bit. We're going to gently say pry up our plate. There we go. And it should come out just like that. Now we're gonna add a little bit more heat on top as well. Like I said, this camera is still being held by this little bit of glue that Apple puts on there. Pop it out with some tweezers. Now we're gonna start removing this bottom loudspeaker. We're just gonna remove it out the way to get those tabs out the way. It is an original battery. We like to do the roll and pull, and it actually pulls out that tape out of the way. There you go, there goes one. Now we could put our screws back in there as well, now that we're done with that part. Here's the second one. Now we're going to remove a little bit of Wi-Fi screws on top just to clear out the antenna so we don't rip it. And it should be a total of 3 screws. There you go. Now this is a little bit of the hard part. We're going to remove the back cam also because we're going to be lifting up the board. We just want to free up all those little cables so we don't rip them. Now we're moving on to the board. There should be 3 screws holding that board down. Keep everything in place. And then these 3 screws are the same size. You could tell they just have a little bigger head than the other ones from the plate. Keep those to the side. Now I'm going to safely lift it up now that we remove everything around it. And there is going to be 2 cables that you will have to remove from that board. One's the digitizer, one's the LCD. There we go. And it is an original screen, so it does have a little bit of a OEM tape that Apple puts on there. Now that we have the screen off, we could pull that second tab from the top. We don't have to remove that headphone jack out the way. We're going to get started with the CRC QD spray. Alright, so we're going to start taking out this black tape. All OEM batteries have this. We're going to be soldering off this battery. One by one. Glide it up and down. Here goes the first one. Here comes the second one. And the third one. Nice, that came out pretty clean. Alright, we're going to clean our tip to make sure we don't have any excess on there. Line those up. There goes 1, 2. Here's our new battery right here. And here's our new screen. Be careful when you clip this back in there, it's very, very fragile. One of them is your digitizer and one is your LCD. There we go. I'm going to start with the left one first. Then the right one. There we go. Now that we have the screen on, let's support it with something so we don't tug that flex cable. They're very fragile. We're gonna remove that blue tab out the way to start doing our soldering. We're gonna add a little bit of flex on it. This will bond our flex and our soldering pins together. There we go. Clean our tip. There is 2 squares on each side. That gives you your line point. We're gonna add a little bit of this wick on top. There we go. Now we're gonna combine them together. There goes the center, the left one, and now the last one. There you go. I'm gonna clean this off a little with some alcohol, just to make sure everything's nice in there. I'm gonna do a power test real quick. Put our lock cable back on there. Be extra careful. Hit our power button. As you can see, the power did go on. The battery is good. It's a brand new battery and it's a brand new LCD. We are going to be covering back that battery connector to ensure there's no shortage on the board when we put our plate back in. Now we're going to start putting our screws to hold that board down. Remove the blue tabs out the way. That's our glue, our tape. Ensure that battery does go under that board. There you go. We're going to line up our Wi-Fi antenna with those 3 screws that we took out earlier. There you go. Now we're going to clean up this plate. We are going to be using it. And we're going to be adding our own tape back on there. There you go. The cleaner the better. Here we go, I'm going to insert our plate back on. And we're going to put all the screws that go on the sides from the top to the bottom or the bottom up, whatever you like. We'll fast forward this just a little bit. Alright, now we're going to prep our tape. It's only 2 tabs, 1 left, 1 right. There we go. Just like an Apple tape. Remember, the screen is being held by those side clips on there, so very important. We're just adding a little bit of more security on it so it doesn't lift on us. Just double checking the camera is in place. We did remove the back camera. Now we're going to be using our OEM home button, so we need to remove it. We're adding a little bit of heat. It should come out fairly easy. We're going to clean the sides. And we're going to put it into our new screen. And we're just going to add a little bit of back tape to ensure that home button stays in place. There you go. Remove that back film. If you guys don't remove that back film, it will show red on the back of that screen. And the 2 tabs that we've added on to that plate. There we go. Now we go from the top to bottom. There is a little plate that needs to go on that shelf. And start pushing down. Slide your fingers on the side to make sure all the clips are in. And just like that, iPod Touch 6 is done. Battery and a screen replacement. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys liked the video, hit like and comment down below what you guys like to see next. And also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see what's next. See ya.